Oh gosh, I didn't check to see if my mic is working. Whatever. We're not gonna do that. I know, waste your time. We have so much to freaking talk about today. And just make sure that we're showing up in the places that we're meant to be. And then we're gonna jump in. If you could just drop in the chat that you're here so that I can see you. I think sugar maple. Yes, whatever. We're not gonna obsess. Okay, cool. We're live. All right, we're still trying to think of a title for this series. So I'm trying to go live once a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays ish. I have a little structure and outline for these meetings. I find myself really wanting to obsess about the mic right now. It's very hard not to do it. I might do it. I'm going to try not to do it. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to just check over here. Yeah, that's working. All right, we have so much going on that I just want to freaking jump straight in. Bonding in the break room is our title for today because we still don't have a name for this little thing that we're going to be doing every week. If you want to if you're on Facebook and you want to set it up so that I can see what you are typing to me and have a name associated with it, just follow that link right there in the bottom, and then I'll be able to see your name next to what you type. I definitely want to let you know about the annual free training series that we have coming up in the next month. You want to sign up right now, get your name on that list. We are giving you details about exactly what will be covered in the training coming up soon, but you can trust that it's going to cover online therapy setup. So, folks who need to set up from scratch, we're going to cover all of that for you. And folks who are wanting to start marketing to private pay clients, whether that be in person or online, whether that be within your local region or statewide, countrywide, international, we're going to cover all of that. So you definitely want to sign up for that series. And it's totally free. We are also thinking about covering a little bit of how to build an online income stream outside of therapy. So if that might be interesting to you, please make sure you let us know when you go to that link. It's going to give you the option to tell us if that might be interesting to you. So if you have some suggestions for what you would like to see covered specifically, please do drop those in the chat. Okay. Woo! That was a lot even before we're actually started. So at the beginning of all of these, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that's new in telehealth. Last time we talked about ChatGPT. Holy moly, is that going to make a crazy future for all of us in the short run. That ChatGPT is really making it easy to edit any content that you're putting out online, or even content that you're using to market in pamphlets or brochures, things like that. It is certainly cleaning up my writing. When I do asset reviews for my coaching clients, so I'm going over their copy, it's so nice to be able to use ChatGPT to compare to the edits that I would have made to see if there's something that we could kind of combine forces around and provide even better service to my coaching clients. So, despite some of the potential dangers with it, there are a lot of good uses. However, that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today in this part of the series where we're talking, new tech, what's kind of new in telehealth. Let me go here. I want to talk to you about Owl EHR. Owl is a company out of Canada. They've been in business for like 10 years there. They got in touch with me recently, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth for a while. And, to be totally honest, I get approached by a lot of EHRs who want me to promote them, like a lot, a lot, a lot. And, there's so many of them that this is going to sound like this isn't going to come across well, but there's so many of them and they pretty much do the same thing, that I haven't been particularly invested in supporting any one of them. But I did get on a call with Owl and they showed me the behind the scenes of their product. And I was like, stop it. I was so not savvy. You know how like when you go to see a house, you're buying a house and you go to see the house and you try to like play it cool, like you're really not interested. I knew that they wanted me to be like an ambassador of their software, and so I should have played it cool. I should have been like, yeah, yeah, that's okay, that's all right. But no, it's like shut the front door. No, it doesn't do that. So I'm pretty impressed with it. So I agreed to partner with them, and this is actually not a sponsored post right now. I'm just mentioning because I really, really, really like them. So they have 50% off for anybody that uses my link right now. And if you use like 50% off for 6 months, and it's already inexpensive. So I really do suggest you check it out. I'll just tell you very quickly. One of the features that I love is the ability to hand write your notes on your tablet directly into the EHR. Stop it. Better stop it. So sexy. So sexy. So if that's something you like to do, among like 20 billion other cool things that they do, you definitely check them out. And they have like a little video. I have it in our Facebook group. I'll link all the stuff in this video as well. They have a video to walk you through so you don't like waste time like getting on the phone with them if you're not interested. And then also if you become interested, you can get on the phone with them and do a demo. So check it out. The discount's only through the end of March 2023. So if you're watching this later, so sorry. But like totally worth checking out. And if you've been wanting to leave your EHR, but it feels like super difficult, they make it really easy. So definitely want you to see that. Okay, okay, okay. On to product recommendations. Y'all know I'm a super sharer. So there's this book that talks about how when you're marketing, if you can get in front of a super sharer, they're going to spread your message wicked fast because they're the people who get really excited about new stuff, and they feel almost like it's their responsibility to tell the world because they don't want people missing out on the new stuff. Like when you find that pair of jeans and they're just right. And so you want everybody to have that same experience. That's how I am about anything new that I find that I love. So I talked to you last time about a massage chair. Mm, 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 Go check that video out if you need, like, you just put it in your chair or on your bed or on your couch or whatever. It's amazing. But today I want to talk to you about a tinted moisturizer. I hear you guys say a lot that you are not digging having to put on makeup all the time for your video sessions. You're more kind of like hyper aware of how you look because you're seeing yourself in video. And a few of you have commented on like that you think my skin looks pretty in videos. So I just want to share with you what I use because I typically don't have on any foundation. I do today. I'm going to share my screen, and don't freak out when you see the price because I price alert it so I can get a discount. Let me see, share screen. So many options. Here we go. All right. So it's like my fave. Here is the link to follow. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I will always use my affiliate link. Oh, darn it. This isn't the one. I mean, this is basically the one, but I like the tinted one. So hold on. Let me go back. We need the tinted. That's not the one I want. So basically, this is an SPF, and it is face firming tinted. That's what we're looking for. Face firming tinted. Face firming. Why is it always so difficult to find it? Dun, dun, dun. I don't even know what I would do if they stopped creating this product. I would be in a lot of pain. Come on, pumpies. Perricone MD Tinted Face Firming Moisturizer. So you can accidentally get the wrong one, right? It looks exactly the same, but you have to find the tinted. You guys will get the picture, right? You just want the one that also says tinted. I don't know why it's not showing up on here right now, but it's giving me a little anxiety because if this product goes away, I'm going to need y'all to give me some sort of substitute. So that link that I gave you there will take you to Amazon and will take you to the Perricone ND site. And then you're just going to have to search for the tinted one. It's beautiful. Like, amazing SPF, and it has some sort of like magic blurring situation that happens so that your skin tone looks like really, really, it just is beautiful. I love it, and I get compliments a lot when I'm wearing it. The only thing that I'll say, because I want to give you really honest feedback, is if you tend to be a little oily to start with, um, you're definitely gonna feel glowy. So if you don't like glowy, you're not gonna like it, or you're gonna wanna put a little powder over it. But I kinda like dewy, so I'm down. All right, let's get into the next section. Let me know if you use it. Let me know if you like it. Oh, the discount, the discount. So what you do is you don't ever pay the $60 for it. You put a price alert on it on Amazon, and twice a year it has gone on 50% off. So then you're paying just 30 bucks for it. So definitely recommend waiting for the discount. And I just order two when it's the 50% off, and then I'm good. So no need to pay all that money. All right, now we're gonna get into the details, the goodies stuff. Every week I get lots of questions, and the one I'm like kind of most excited to talk about today is, why do I pay so much to be coached? I know most of us who are kind of therapreneurs, we can be, and let me know if this is you, the sort of people who buy a whole lot of courses. Like we get sold on, this is the course, it's going to solve my problem, or, make me a ton of money, or give me more impact, whatever it happens to be. And we collect courses like some people collect tennis shoes. And a lot of times we don't ever even do the course. We just have it, and that makes us feel like we've actually done something. I do think that there are times in your business where a course is exactly the right step. So, yesterday, when I was in Momentum, which is my mastermind, I was talking to the students about when you need a course versus when you need a coach. And one of the members of Mastermind was saying, well, what I need right now, she has a product idea, and she kind of knows what she wants to offer and the audience that she wants to offer it to, and even the price point that she thinks it will sell well at. But she needs the step by step minutia of how to get it out in the world, right? So that's a course. She wants, like, tell me to do X, Y, Z in order. I should be able to go through this self-paced, give me a freaking course, right? And that's sort of like what I do in Step by Step, which is where I teach people to build an online therapy practice. It's what I do in the marketing intensive, where I teach people how to market to private pay clients. It's a step by step guided experience. And courses can be guided and live, or they can be self paced and pre recorded. And there's also like combinations of those two. But sometimes you don't need the step by step. You know how to do, or you're willing to YouTube the minutia of a thing. Like, how do I, connect the domain to my website? I can Google that. But sometimes you need help with big decisions or mindset. So, and I've needed different kinds of coaches at different points in my life. Like at one point, I hired a coach purely because when I listened to her talk, it put me in a different mindset that got me open to doing bigger things. I didn't need help knowing what to do. I needed help getting in the mindset to be open to doing things at that level. Other times, I needed a coach that was almost like an accountability partner, like they could help me here and there make some decisions about what to try or what not to try. But mostly it was like, let's meet up. Tell me what you've been working on. What are you going to do next week? Yes, that sounds like the right thing. Go forth, do it, report back next week. Most recently, I've needed a coach to help me make really big decisions in my business. I needed a coach who would be willing to get to know me and my values and the vision that I have for my business, help me tweak the vision so it's more aligned with my values, and help me to make decisions that there's just no way I could have enough information to make. I needed somebody who's gone before and who knows, I only need to know 10% of what they know. but I need their brain to make bigger decisions because I don't have 20 years to get a master's degree or a doctoral degree and all the things that they know. I don't want to do that. And so I'm willing to pay a lot of money to bypass, 20 years of having to gather information to be able to make informed decisions. So, last year I paid around 11 or $12,000 for my coach for the year, and what I got for that was 3 days a week of Voxer support. So that's that walkie-talkie app. So I can leave questions anytime I want. And she and her husband, they coach together, would check those messages and respond back to me 3 days out of the week. And then once a month, I could submit any asset in my business. So it could be my business plan, it could be copy that I wrote for a sales page, it could be copy I wrote for my website, and they would go through it in a video and walk me through what their feedback would be. So that's what I got for the 11 or 12,000, however much it was. And honestly, it was probably within 2 weeks, but I'm going to say 1 month to be conservative. The feedback they gave me on my sales page already earned me that money back. Now, it's not always that way, obviously, and that wasn't why I signed up. I knew that over the course of the year, it wasn't even the money that the coaching could make for me, it was the time that the coaching was going to save me because I wasn't going to have to learn 10 years of information to make the decisions that I needed to make in my business. That was what the investment was for. The fact that it paid itself off so quickly was like, psh, that was pretty sweet. I'm not sad about it. But that wasn't even what I was investing for. So you need to think about, and feel free to kind of comment in the chat about where you are in your business and what you think you need. And I can help you decide whether that's a course, a coach, a workshop, even, because it's a different thing at different times. And it's annoying to invest in the wrong thing at the wrong time and costly time and money. The other thing that I think about, like you're basically borrowing someone else's brain. And what is the value of that? So, all their experience, and I'm thinking of my coaches right now, all of their experience, the fact that they run multi-million dollar businesses and that they do it from a values aligned place, like they're super clear on their values and they act from those values. And even though some of the values I don't even agree with, I really respect that they are clear and that they are acting in integrity in their business. Like, here's a good example. When they contacted me to re-up for this year, and I knew that the price was going to go up. Like, I'm not a dum dum. It's not going to stay the same in the second year. Like, that would be silly. Um, However, for them, they had decided that they were going to grandfather those of us in who invested in the beta round of this coaching to the same freaking price forever more. Now, I disagree with it from a business point of view, but I totally agree with it from the place from which they described why they were doing it, which was like, listen, you took a chance on us, you didn't know this was the first round of us doing this, and you took a chance on us, and we want to reward that. Now, what they did that was super smart is they upsold me. So they're like, okay, so you can have this for the same price as last year, or you can have more for a higher price. So this year, because we're making like big moves, big moves, what we are looking at is investing, I think it's 16 or 17,000 this year, and that's at a deep discount. The price is 27,000 for the year, but because I'm grandfathered in, I'm getting it for 16ish. 16,000, and what we'll get for that is 5 days a week. I believe it's 5 days a week of Voxer support, the walkie-talkie app, and then 4 asset reviews a month. Now, last year, I did not need 4 asset reviews a month, but this year, we're trying to do some big stuff. I'll show you because it's kind of exciting. None of y'all should be at this stage, so don't look at this and be like, oh my God, I don't want a side hustle because that looks insane. Because this is, many years now into into this side hustle turned primary hustle, but I do want to show it to you because it's A, so pretty, and B, I'm really, really proud of us. And I say us because Chantel and I developed this together. All right, let me see. Entire screen. Yeah, this is what I want to show you. So back in the, oh, you can't see it. Back in the day, let's see if I can zoom in. My desk is such a mess that it's hard to see anything. Back in the day, all of that I did was run the online therapist group. And yeah, here we go. I ran the online therapist group and I did one on one coaching with anyone interested in building um, an online therapy practice. And at first, I did it for free. And then I did it for a fee when I became too full of free spots. I was like, I got to actually see clients and earn money. So I'm going to have to start charging for this. And then I found that I was teaching the same dang thing over and over and over again in all of those one on ones. And so I offered a guided course slash group program. And then that has evolved over the years into more and more things. And so the business model, as it's evolved, has grown more and more complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be really easy in the beginning, just like I described. But now that it's bigger, right, we have a more complicated system. So I have the Get It Going checklist for anybody who is starting out in their therapy practice. If you need that, comment and I'll get you the link for it. And it's free, but it's free because, and here's your business learning, somebody needs to give me their email to get it. So it's free of charge, but it's not totally free, right? Because you have to give me your email. Once you give me your email, you go into my email system and we try to figure out where you are in your practice. So you'll be seeing us send you like a little survey soon, because once we know where you are, we know what kind of emails to send to you so that you don't get irritated with us for sending you too many on too many different topics. So if you are starting a therapy practice from scratch, or you are in a physical practice and you're moving online, or if you've been online but you're working like with a tech company, so you really don't know how to set up your own private practice, all of these folks go into our first email group. And we have, and again, this is super complicated, and none of y'all need to be doing this in the very beginning, but this is just where it's evolved over many years. So we have low ticket offers like a workbook that we've created. We have our informed consent, and these are around $100, $200 for these offers. And then we have mid ticket offers, which I have to create this year. This is not out in the public yet. It's already done, but we haven't put it out in the public. And then we have higher ticket offers like the step-by-step course guided, or if somebody wants it self-paced, and if they want to add in small group coaching, right? So there's a little bit of a funnel here. That's what we're doing. And then of course, we're going to have, you don't need to see all of this, but I don't care if you see it. We'll have other offers. So folks that are looking to market their online practice, an easy way for them to get in the door. Most people think you need to market by social media. So I have a little mini course on marketing by social media. Spoiler alert, in it, I give you all of the things you need to market on social media, because there aren't that many, because most of us shouldn't be spending our time marketing on social media. So I outline in here exactly what you should be doing to market. And then that's going to lead folks into purchasing the marketing intensive, which is a higher ticket offer, right? So how the heck is a therapist, I'm going to stop sharing this, who has only ever done a therapy practice, supposed to know how to build a business like that? You can see that it can become pretty complicated. And I needed a coach for that, because there are like 30,000 different models for how you build an online business. You'll notice some people are wanting to go get on stages and speak and earn money by being a speaker, or a speaker slash author. I don't have any interest in that because I'm an introvert. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to move from the East Coast to the West Coast, to move internationally. I don't want to have dates where I have to physically be anywhere. So my business needs to be very portable to be aligned with what I want my life to look like. So that model wasn't going to work for me, right? Some people are like, oh, I want to publish a book and I'm going to get rich on my book, right? But I know a lot about that model, and I know that almost nobody gets rich publishing a book. It's much more involved in that than that. And in most cases, publishing a single book is more a method to market other products like group programs or self-paced workshop or establishing your authority and your expertise in your field so that you can get on stages or get a book deal with a traditional publisher, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, how is a therapist supposed to know any of that without a coach? Like what I did, that was it was a mistake, but I wouldn't change it. I was listening to a ton of podcasts and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm gonna build a course. Ooh, I'm gonna write an ebook. Ooh, I'm gonna, do all of these things." And I bought a whole bunch of courses on all. I'm gonna start a podcast. I bought all these courses on all these subjects. They were super fun. I learned a lot, but it would have been much better if I had worked with a coach ahead of time to figure out which business model was going to work best for what I wanted to accomplish, which was as much income as I could make, not working a lot of hours. Like I get not let me put it like this, not working a lot of appointment driven hours. I love to work. I'm happy to work, but I don't want to work 40 to 50 hours a week most of the year. And I also don't want to be tied to appointments. I want to be able to work when I'm in the flow. I know that's super spoiled, but if you can, why not? So I am curious, like, what are you in your dream world? What would it look like? Because maybe we can talk in the chat about what kind of business model would work and what kind would not. I do see a lot of people choosing models because they've heard about it and they think like that's the way. And then they do that model and it doesn't work the first time around. And so then they feel like, I guess it's not for me, which is BS. Like it's BS. So please don't get sucked into that. Let's just find the right model. One of my coaches, in fact, sorry, I'm totally derailing. Let me know if this is boring. One of my coaches' models is to create businesses that are super successful and then sell them. And so that's how she makes money is she creates a successful business and sells it. So what's so freaking fascinating about that to me is, and you don't need to know all this shit. Like my coach says, you need a coach who knows a bunch of stuff that you only need to know 10% of. So you don't need to know all this stuff, but it can be helpful if your coach knows this stuff. So what's really different about that model is like in my business, I what my books look like doesn't really matter. I want to pay myself enough money. I want to have enough money in my savings. I want to pay my team well. But in her business, in order to sell it for the kind of money that she wants to sell it, she needs to have her books, her accounting look a very particular way because that's basically her sales page, what her books look like. There's certain things that they're looking for, markers that they can make a bunch of money that she needs to have everything on the back end set up to look like. And it's not the normal way you'd run a business. It's not like the smartest way to run a business if you're looking to make it just profitable for yourself every month. But if you're trying to make it look profitable to a future owner, then you do it a little bit differently. So just there's a lot to know and it would take too long for me to learn it all or for you to learn it all when you could hire a coach that knows a lot more than you do and learn what you need to know in a much shorter period of time. This is my very long-winded answer for why do I pay my coach so much. Also, they're totally freaking worth it. They're amazing. Okay, let's slide into business ideas. So last time I talked to you about oh gosh, what was it? Oh, the new mom offer. And if you missed that, it's in the online therapist group. You can check it out over there, or you can watch the YouTube video that I shared last time. I think it was probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago, if you want to go to my channel and check it out. So what's hot right now are low ticket products. And by hot, I mean, it's just what the market tends to be buying a lot of right now. And they're easier to sell than higher ticket offers. Mid ticket offers not doing so hot right now. So Tamara Howell has one out right now. You should totally check it out. I'll see if she'll link to it. It's freaking cool. If you ever wanted a side hustle, you should get this. It's really, really cool. $9. So totally worth it. So low ticket offers are hot in that lots of people are buying them. And most of us are never going to get rich on a low ticket offer. There was a version of these called pocket products or tiny offers. It's evolved a little bit since then, but these low ticket offers are mostly a way to build your audience. So you're wanting to get it in front of either you have a massive audience already, which I can teach you how to build, in which case it can be really, really profitable because you have to sell a lot of a $9 product to make a lot of money, right? Or you can get that $9 product in front of other people's audiences. So you might not need your own audience, but you would need contacts. And I can help you build those contacts as well to get this in front of other people's audiences. And will you get rich off of it? Probably not. But dang, it's marketing so that you're growing your email list and you're making some you're basically getting paid for the effort of building your email list, right? Instead of it being a freebie that you put out in the world that you've worked really hard on and people get it for free, you are number one, paying for your time in creating the offer. And number two, you're vetting your new leads a little bit because these are clearly people who spend money because they've spent money on your low ticket product. The downside. So let's talk pros and cons. The downside of low ticket products is if what you're wanting to sell in your business are really high ticket products. So let's say that, I wanted to sell as my primary product a $3,000 group experience, or I wanted to sell a $2,000 a month mastermind. If I'm bringing people into my business on a $9 lead, I am bringing in perhaps not quite qualified leads. So these people might be folks that are more inclined to buy lower ticket stuff, and the highest that they're going to buy is $100, right? Because usually there's like a 10 to 1 ratio. So if I was selling, $100 offer as my primary offer, or even like my mid-tier offer, and then $1,000 offer as my highest tier offer, then the $9 entry point would make sense. If my lowest ticket offer is $1,000 or $500, the $9 entry, it can price anchor them at a point where they're not expecting to pay a lot of money for your stuff. So sometimes you're not just thinking about like what is the value of this product. For example, I bought a product from Dara Sklar. Blew my mind. It was so good, so good. I'll link to it. Um, what it is like organizing your freaking Google Drive and like wicked fast so that you can actually find things. It was amazing. And it was cheap as heck. And I was like, this is worth so much more than what she's charging for it. But it made sense in her business model because her products, she's trying to sell a lot of products at a mid-tier price. So that's her business model. She's not trying to sell a few products at a high ticket price. She's trying to sell a lot of products at a mid-tier price. So having that product blow my mind at that lower price point makes buying her next thing a no freaking brainer. So these are the things that we're thinking about as we're thinking about like how to structure your business. And that's if you're in like you're past the very entry point. If you're in the very entry point, like we just want to figure out what you're excited about teaching and then get you in front of people and start teaching it. We don't need to make it complicated. We just want to have some early success. That's going to give you information and then we can complicate it later on. If you've already created some stuff and you're like, okay, you just need to know how to make this profitable, then we can talk about like business structure and things like that. If you're doing a side hustle because it's fun, awesome. If you're doing a side hustle because you're like, I'm digging this and I want to maybe turn this into something bigger, then this kind of coaching is more what you're going to need. All right. Is that enough of that? So let me know if you've got questions about all of that. Jack says, I invested in Taco Bell, but the fallout later wasn't worth the initial investment and had to repaint my bathroom. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was totally taking that seriously. And I was like, invested in Taco Bell. I didn't even know like that's a business model I'm not familiar with. I can't be savvy. I wonder if Jack can tell us more about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't reinforce that kind of behavior, but it was really funny. It was really funny. All right. Thanks, Jack, for the laugh. All right. So whew, enough about business, right? Let's talk about fun stuff. What's going on outside of work? There's some really big stuff happening over here. And if you're in any of my programs, I've already talked to you about it. But I can't talk about it on the YouTubes because that's too public. But what I can talk to you about is something that's related that probably will serve you. If you have an online therapy practice, you probably value freedom and flow and flexibility, and I certainly do. And so we travel quite a bit, and sometimes for months at a time, and sometimes without a lot of notice. So it's very helpful for me to have a go bag. And this is helpful even in the case of like, some days you are only doing administrative stuff and you're sick to death of being at home and you want to go somewhere and work, but the time it's going to take you to think through everything that you're going to need to bring is annoying. And so you end up just staying home. So my go bag, I'll show you it, is this little backpack. I think I got it from Office Max, one of those places. It was not cheap. It was like $100. It's by Target. It's very, very lightweight. It's got a really nice laptop sleeve in the back. It's got this, I don't have a link for it, y'all. It's got this little thing to go over your luggage. And what I like about it is it's super lightweight and it's also a backpack. And so what I put in here, I have my laptop and then I have this, oh, I can link you to this. Oh, prepare to have your mind blown. All right, y'all, check it. This is a Logitech keyboard that has Bluetooth connectivity to 3 different sources. So I hook up my iPad mini. I know, nobody needs an iPad mini, but I freaking love it. And my phone. And I can set them both in this little thing here. And I can work on either one of them. I just turn this little dial and it'll flip back and forth between the two. So maybe I'm answering Voxer over here for my coaching clients, and maybe I'm, I don't know, doing whatever over here, right? So I love this little dude. I love this little dude. I have another version that is a really cool color. What I will say though is that if you have the biggest iPad, I think it's like a 12-inch, 12.9, if it won't sit in that little spot, it tips over because it's too heavy. So I had fantasies of being able to set my iPad in there, my big iPad, without it flipping over, and that's not going to happen. It's just going to have to stand on its own. But like, let's say I don't want to bring my laptop. I just want to bring, it's so embarrassing to say I have like an iPad mini and a big iPad, but I do, and they're write-offs, so leave me alone. And we all have our things. I don't have a lot of designer clothes, but I really like tech. So if I want to go to the coffee shop and I want to have, these items, and I don't want to carry like 3 freaking keyboards, because who's going to do that? I can have my one keyboard and work on all 3 of the things. I love it. I also have like a little tech bag that's a makeup bag that I put in all of my cords and plugs. So I have everything at the ready, and that just lives in my go bag. I have earplugs that fit for my phone and fit for my laptop, because naturally they can't have the same stupid plug. My physical calendar, because your girl's got to have stuff on the physical. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else. I don't usually record things out in public. I am not that cool yet, but I do like to have a lot of techie stuff. I am going into launch season, which means we're going into the free training series, and then I'm going to promote my paid for courses from those. And that requires me to have multiple screens to work from. So we have, my husband and I share this like little portable monitor thing. So I might throw that into my bag as well. So when I'm working on my laptop, I can see both screens and drag and drop. Boy, do I sound pretentious when I talk about all that. Y'all, I just really like tech. Like I really like it. I like it a lot. Now, I need a product recommendation from you. So you know that I love novelty. I like new stuff. And what I am looking for is a lavalier mic. It's that kind of mic that attaches to your shirt, or you can just hold it like this. Like some people do it like this in the TikToks. I need one of those guys. I had one, it broke. I don't remember what kind it was. I need it to, I don't care. I think I don't care whether it's Bluetooth or whether it is corded. If you have recommendations about what's better, I'd like to know because we're going to be traveling a lot. And obviously, I'm not going to bring this behemoth around with me. I would like to be able to record on my phone and on my laptop with the lavalier mic. And I hear they work great, that they're really, really good. So hit me up. Let me know what you think. And lastly, as we're closing today, we are going to talk productivity hacks. I can't remember, to be totally frank with you, if I've already talked to you about my favorite digital to do list. So, just in case I haven't, it's so good that I want to share it with you for the first time or again. I'm not sure which. So, let me just show ya. It's called To Do, but it's spelled, I think, in a French way. I don't know. I want this to be bigger. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Does that make it bigger? No, that makes it smaller. Maybe I can do this. That's what I'm talking about. It's bigger on my screen. I don't know if it's bigger on yours. All right, so the way that you look at this is you have your week view up here. And what I did is I built in these little headings. You'll see how to do that right up here under Pro Tips. If you want to add in a header or subheader, rather, it just shows you how to do that right here. You just put the hashtag sign and write whatever you want to write, and it will make it a header. So this is like all the fancy pants that you need right there. So I have on every day of the week, morning, afternoon, and evening. The reason that I do that is I can make to-do lists really, really unlikely to ever get done because it's too many things. So when I can do this, I can see what goes where. So for example, record a YouTube video. I'm doing that right now. So that goes here. And these are all of the things that would be ideal. That actually happened yesterday. Why is that here? Let's get rid of that. Oh, I see, because I didn't mark them off from yesterday. I have it set so that they move forward. Yeah, okay, good job, good job, good job. Okay, and then these are like kind of at some point things that need to happen or happen soon. And then if I don't get them done, they just bounce to the next day and I can move them around. I'm not planting a butterfly, friends. I am planting a butterfly plant. Okay, just to be clear. Now, what's cooler is down here, you have more things and you can make these whatever you want. So I really like planning in quarters. So I have second quarter stuff that needs to be done, third quarter stuff that needs to be done, fourth quarter, etc. This is my at some point stuff. And this is like my big old laundry list of crap to do. And I actually did this one. Bam. And I did this one. Bam. And I did this one. And I did this one. Look at me. You can make these anything that you want. Where I've landed that I like it the best is I like to have my quarters like this. I'm going to use this one. I'm looking to the side because it's on this screen for me. This is third quarter, and I have July, August, September, right? And then I can drag and drop what goes under each one. Okay, so that helps me plan for my whole year all at once. And then when I get to the month that I'm actually in, sorry, I meant to do this. When I get to the month that I'm actually in, then I can block it out by week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and get everything where it needs to be. I was doing this as a demonstration for my marketing intensive folks. So this is all marketing stuff here. Then I can drag and drop stuff into the week in which I'm going to get it done, right? And then bam, I can pull it up here and drop it into the day. So let's say that we're on week 1 here, whatever was there, I can drag and drop the day that it needs to belong. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I gotta share that I complicate the situation a little bit, and I'll tell you how. I tend to think of stuff that needs to be done as I'm falling asleep. And while I do have the to-do app on my phone, I don't tend to use it. I don't know why. Just doesn't feel right on my phone. So I actually don't keep my laundry list of things to do there. I keep my laundry list of things to do in the Apple Reminders app. And so I know it's double work, but it's what works for me. Then I just move it over into to do during the planning period of my morning or on my Sunday night planning period. So I love to do it is a subscription. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not sponsored by talking about them. I don't have a link, none of those things. I just really, really like the program. It's simple, it's clean. You can duplicate this exact setup in things you already have for free. You know, you could use your Google Tasks, you could use your Apple Reminders, and you could duplicate this exact experience. So don't feel like you need to spend money. You don't need to spend money. Sometimes I just like to buy things because it makes me do the things. I don't know if you can relate. All right, that is it for today. That's all we're going to cover. This video got longer than it was meant to be, but sometimes I get excited. You know how it goes. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Let me know in the chat what kinds of things might be helpful for you to learn in our next, whatever the heck we're going to call this series. Let me know if you've got some names beyond bonding in the break room. Yes, we need a name for this series. All right, much love to you. I hope you have a great week.